Now then, people, it's your boy Joe, coming at you, post-match reaction to another great performance by the Mighty Whites. Leeds United 3, Norwich 0. Whoever painted that dressing room pink needs sacking. We absolutely just bossed them. By 5 minutes at the start of the first half, you know, we just absolutely battered them. So yeah, I'll go into it in a bit more detail later on. But I thought we were just quality again today. When they did have a go, Norwich, you know, either the mop, which is Calvin's new name, and or Bailey was just quality when called upon. So, you know, moving on to the game, I thought today at the back we looked really strong. Pontus had a really good game. That's the Pontus we know and love. You know, early doors in the first half when they did have a few chances, he just marshalled it quality. And you know, I touched on Tuesday night about Ayling and Berardi, more so Ayling, as when they do play centre-back, they play really well, but, you know, it's evident we need that recognised centre-back alongside them. I thought Berardi was mint, just so much better when they have a natural recognised centre-back alongside them, and Pontus and Berardi were quality today. You know, just top marks to Pontus. And as I say, you know, even if you have Cooper and Pontus both fit, are they going to get in over Berardi? Because that boy has been amazing this season, and he was quality again. You know, people are going about height. I mentioned how Shackleton had played well midweek, and people were saying, oh, he's not a right back, he's too small, blah, blah, blah. That boy, Berardi, is tiny, but I swear to God, he wins most balls, most 50-50s. He's up there. I don't, you know, he seems to climb upon him, but he gets away with it from the ref, and he's just quality. He's just Leeds, isn't he? He's what we expect from like a Leeds lad, I guess. He's like one of our own, a Swiss Leeds lad. Do you know what I mean? If that makes any sense whatsoever, he's just quality, and that's why we all love Berardi. But yeah, moving on, I mean, the goals today were quality. As I say, there was just, at times as well, when Norwich did have that ball, much like what we're used to, we were like flies around shit. You know, we were all over them. You know, it was just quality again, pressing all over the pitch. You know, Kimaru, for example, I don't think I've seen him in the centre much at all today. He was just running the channels all the time, and it was just quality from start to finish from them all. You know, Pablo was mint. What a finish for his goal as well. You know what the mad thing is, as I'm watching the game and I'm chalking off people in my head, yeah, that was quality, but Pablo never seems to come in there, and it's just because it's what we expect. Mr. Consistent, but you know, that third goal was top, and when he gets in them sort of positions, it's only gonna end up one place, in the back of the net, and that was 3-0. And you know, yeah, so Pablo, for me anyway, I seem to forget. I take him for granted because he's that good, and he's been quality this season, so I'm absolutely buzzing for Pablo. That's 2-2 now for Pablo as well, so a bit more of that. You know, we're sharing the goals this season, that's what's evident. I think there was only Berardi, that was after Ayling had scored last Saturday. There was only Berardi and Bailey that hadn't been directly involved with a Leeds United goal. So yeah, it's just quality to see that we're sharing the goals. Yeah, that first goal as well, you know, shout out to Pablo again, unreal ball across. I think this goes unnoticed as well. Alioski's heading's top notch for me. You know, he scored a header the other week, and then against Derby, sorry, and that one there was a pretty decent save. Quite came at Krul pretty quick, but he saved it and parried it, and he parried it out straight to Mateus Click, and I thought Click was quality. The finish was unreal. You know, a lot of people might have lashed at that, not taking his time, but he seemed to take his time, pick his spot. The one spot where the ball had no chance of being stopped, you know, like a goal clearance or the keeper getting onto it, was that bottom corner. If you look and watch the goal back, the defender's already gone past that point. He's never going to get there. So it was just an assured finish, and I was impressed by Mateus Click. It's crazy how that boy never got a look in under previous managers. So I'm absolutely buzzing for Click, and it was a top finish. You know, the second goal, again, that was another one. I mean, Roof, the little touch around the door to Alioski, which, you know, Alioski at times can be inconsistent, but I think, you know, he is being more consistent than what we've seen of him last season. You can see that he's adjusting to the Championship. That was my hope for both Saiz and Alioski at the end of last season, was that, you know, a full season behind them in the Championship, they'd start to adjust. I mean, Saiz is class. He seems to be a lot more stronger. It's that low centre of gravity getting out of places. He was unreal. His finishing, to be fair, the one thing I will say, his finishing doesn't seem to be as good as it was last year, because can you remember the amount of times he would do a jinky run and smash it and it'd come off the crossbar? At the minute, they don't seem to be coming anywhere near the target, if I'm being totally honest. So that's one thing I will say for Saiz, but I couldn't give a shit if he doesn't score all season the way that he's playing. If he just carries on in that vein and keeps laying them on for other people, I'm not bothered. But yeah, going back to the goal, it was fizzed in from Douglas. Great touch round the door by Roof, who again was class, and a great finish by Alioski. I think Krull will probably hope he would have done better, but it was a top finish, 2-0 half time, and other than that first 5 minutes that Norwich had, they didn't really get a sniff. There was a block, I think, from Pookie by Phillips, who, for me, Phillips was unreal. What I do want to say, that boy was class today. You know, I'm now going to call him the Mop. He's no longer called Calvin Phillips to me, it's the Mop. You know, he just swept it up all day and you'll say broom, but the reason I'm going with a mop, he just mops it up, and that hair, mop, yeah? So the Mop was just unreal, and it's mad because if you think back to Tuesday night and he got brought off on his 100th game, a lot of players would have, you know, threw the toys in the pram, but the Mop not, nah, you know. You can imagine the conversations with Bielsa. Look, Calvin, I brought you off. You weren't doing what I asked. You gave away the ball for the first. You got yourself a yellow card. I need you to do this. This is what you are in the team to do. He comes out today, bam, absolutely unreal. There was a few times where the Hernandez fella for Norwich had got round him and he could have easily banged and got himself a yellow, but he didn't. You know, there's little tweaks like that to his game that Bielsa will give him. I mean, every block, like the chances they had, there was Rhodes had a chance at the end of the first half, which the Mop had taken off Rhodes' head. There was a block for Pookie, which could have made it 2-1, and it would have been very interesting second half. That was by the Mop. There was one at the end of the second half, the Mop again. So, and not only that, every time he did win the balls he played out from the back were just unreal. So Calvin the Mop Phillips was quality, and I'm just so happy for him. You know, so especially after Tuesday night, because me personally, I would have been fuming. I mean, at times when it did pan to him, it looked like he was going to cry. You know, I genuinely believe that. And you would, come on, man, it's your 100th game. You're hyped up. There's a lot of positivity around you. You go into the game, you get yourself yellow card, you're off after the first 25 minutes. You've got to be gutted with that. So I just thought for him to come back and play as well as he did today. Well done, the Mop. I'm absolutely buzzing for him. Yeah, it was just quality, as I say, from start to finish again. And for me, the game was killed at half time. 2-0 up, and if you'd have said to me at the start of last week, would I have taken 4 points from them 2 tough away games? 100%. So we're laughing, aren't we? We're back top of the league. Pablo's went on and completed the route 3-0, and we've got to be happy with that. I mean, every time Bailey was called upon, he was quality as well. It was just another mint performance, and away from home, you know, look at it, right? What is it? 2 tough away trips. You know, everyone said this is when the test will come. This is when the Championship test will come. It's still early days, but we've just done Swansea away, Norwich away, long trips as well. Yeah, we've gone away. We've gained 4 points. We've scored 5 goals. You know what I mean? Away from home, we're top of the league. You know, you can't ask for much better. I just thought it was another quality performance, and I can't wait for Borough next Friday now. I'm going down on Tuesday night for the Cup game against Preston. Again, you know, the Cup, I'm not that phased about. There'll be multiple changes, but I think we'll beat Preston at home, because they'll make changes as well. So I think we'll beat Preston. Hopefully in the next round of the Cup we'll get someone a little bit more tasty. I'd love a Premier League team at Ellen Road, because that place is going to be rocking, you know. That's what I'm saying. On Friday night against the Borough, it's going to be an absolutely mint game. And fingers crossed. I mean, they never do well against us at home, so I'm looking forward to that. And as you know, I live up this way, and I've got a lot of fans that, a lot of mates that are Borough fans, season ticket holders as well. So, you know, bragging rights and all that jazz. But yeah, again, I'm absolutely over the moon, and I know yous will be too. It's a great start to the bank holiday weekend for us. You know, big shout out to Hernandez, Bailey when called upon. You know, Click for getting on the score sheet again. Marcelo Bielsa for just being the boss. And of course, Calvin the Mop Phillips was just mint. And like I say, I'll link up with you again midweek. Hopefully, we're going to be doing some pre and post match interviews on Tuesday after the Capital One game. So if you're interested, give me a shout. Get me followed on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Look out for Oscar and the Rambling of the SS's post-match reviews. And I'll see you all soon, man. Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. Top, top.